Coach, it's gotten warmer here as of late in Athens. How do you think this had a positive effect on your guys on the field?
I think the thing that I love about our players is that they love football. So it really doesn't matter. We've had some early morning practices, some cold weather, and they just go about it business as usual. So yeah, today was a nice change of pace.
Yeah. We talked to Xavier Hughes earlier, and he said you guys have been dealing with some injuries. So you can just talk about that a little bit and how he's recovering as well after last year.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's spring ball, you get banged up, and to me as a coach, you hate to see that happen. The positive about that is it gives maybe guys other opportunities to get a chance to show us what they can do, and so we've had some injuries. Xavier, it's nice to have back. He's made a few plays, but it's kind of nice to see the guys step in when they get an opportunity to compete.
How about, sorry to butt in, guys, but Jamil Shaw as well. I think he was wearing the yellow jersey today.
Yeah, he was in a yellow jersey, and all that says is, hey, he's a no-contact guy. Him and Travis Carrie have been able to go through drill work and get better technically this spring.
And how's it like having Travis back on the field?
Oh, it's good. Probably more for his leadership.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy to get the drill started. He kind of leads by example and vocally, but it's a nice role model for those younger guys to have to see what an experienced veteran how he goes about handling his business day to day.
Yeah, and talking about those younger guys, last season we had players like Ian Wells, Lorenzo Fisher, who came into roles and they were young. So we had this young secondary.
Mm-hmm.
And at times they were tested, but they were proven. They proved themselves toward the end of the season. How do you think that bodes for you guys going into this season?
Well, for me speaking, just in general of the cornerback room, it creates a very competitive environment.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Jamil and Travis coming back. You have young guys that have played last year, and everyone's hungry. So it's been very competitive this spring. And as a coach, you like to see that happen. The toughest thing is when you have to manufacture competition as a coach. And now that there's genuine competition, it just gets everyone in the room better.
Yeah, and so how do you see that as a difference? And what sticks out to you the most?
Well, I just think that guys, their intensity level is heightened. Every rep is important to each guy. The grades that the grades they get for technique and assignments and things like that become a little more meaningful. And so you have guys. It's funny, we were talking about it just before the meeting started yesterday, and I give everyone their grades. It's all on one sheet, so everyone can see exactly where everyone is. And you see guy jockeying for position, saying, "Hey, I'm only a percentage point away from you. I'm going to catch you. I got 3 days left to do it." And so it's extra motivation. You don't have to. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Great. On that same note, a little bit, I was talking earlier with Lorenzo, and he said you're very technique oriented, very interested in making sure guys are reading the ball well. With their eyes, working on footwork, little stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping you could speak on why that's so important to you.
Well, especially at the defensive back position, all we really have to rely on is our technique. And, we're exposed. When you make a mistake, everyone in the stands or on TV sees it. And so to create muscle memory with your technique so it becomes second nature is what I strive for. And so to do that, you have to hound and harp and be meticulous. And I think the guys thought I was a little off my rocker with how detail-oriented I was. But the only way to be successful as a defensive back is to be sound in your technique. And then the playmaking ability that you have as a player takes over. And so that's all I'm trying to build, that base fundamental. Coach Reed did a great job with these guys. It wasn't like they were so far out. I just think my focus is maybe a little different than they're used to. I'm really meticulous about that.
Mm-hmm. And not to be disrespectful to him, but how has that transition been between two different coaches? Pretty seamless, you think?
Well, it's been seamless because he's done a great job with them. They were fundamentally sound. My verbiage might have been a little different, but he did a good job with these guys.
Fantastic. And two new guys, obviously, only under your tutelage, Jared Brown, Daquan Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke with Travis last week. He said guys more willing to step up and kind of show their role vocally and then on the field as spring has progressed. Wondering what you've seen from them, especially in the last week or so.
You know, the toughest thing for really when you think about a freshman coming in the middle of spring ball is that they're thrown right into the fire. And so I think those guys handled it well. The thing that I like, and DeQuan's playing more nickel than corner now, is that they make a mistake, they do it full speed, which is always good, but then there's not a lot of repeat mistakes. I'm not having to repeat myself. So what that's telling me is they're buying into the coaching. They're trying to absorb it like a sponge, and they're doing a good job from that standpoint. You expect those guys to make some mistakes, but I'm not seeing a lot of the same mistakes over and over again, which sometimes you get with young guys.
Yeah, come Saturday, you gonna have anyone sitting out just as injury precaution or anything like that?
Well, I think the guys that haven't been scrimmaging will continue. You won't see Travis and Jamil in the scrimmage. Everyone else from the cornerback standpoint will be scrimmaging. We're knock on wood.
Yeah,
we're healthy there.
Yeah, and just what's your last question? Overall goal. What are you looking to see out of your guys come Saturday?
Well, I expect them to help contribute to a win. And whatever that takes, however that's manufactured. The ultimate goal, and it's easy in spring because you get broken up into different units of a team, but the ultimate goal is to win football games, and we have to assume whatever role our team needs to take, whether it's special teams, guys in my room on special teams, or being out there as a playmaker in the corner, as a corner. My ultimate goal is to win football games, and whoever is on the field to help us do that, that's what I'm about.